his wife's father's carpet shop or something. At the age of 52, he's up getting something from one of the top shelves and he falls over and he dies. And suddenly he says, game over, you made it to age 52. And he takes off his headset and he's like, wait, what's going on? Where's my wife? Where's my kids? What's going on? Right? It's the same kind of thing. It was he immersed himself so much in the game that he forgot about his wife. And it was like he had to remember everything that was going on outside. And so Swami Yogananda used a metaphor in the 1920s. He said, it's like a movie, a film projector. And that was the latest technology, like 1920s. And he said, the characters on the screen might die, but the actors don't actually die. And so they're suffering. And so he used that to rephrase Maya. He said, look away from the screen and look at the light, and then you'll see what's outside of Maya, which is the real you, the player, right? Is the analogy that I'm using. So they approached me about writing this book called Wisdom of a Yogi, which I ended up writing about lessons from all these crazy stories of these miracles from the 1800s and 1900s. So most of them happened at that point in time. But I believe if you were alive today, you would use an updated metaphor. He would say it's like a video, it's like a movie, but we're the actors, and we have scripts, and we can change the scripts, and we're also the audience. So we're kind of watching ourselves. What does that sound like? It sounds a bit like a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. So I think you could use a new technological metaphor. And so from the religious perspective, you can view simulation as the latest and greatest.
It's 2 damage?
Or something that may be impossible to put into words.
That's crazy.
Does that mean, though, that we could be looking at a situation where you would have simulations on top of infinite simulations, meaning that the beings that are us, that are watching you and I right now on this screen, like if I'm watching me and you're watching you, and we're on this other place where we actually really exist, that could actually just be another layer where there's a screen behind that, where there's more people observing that?
It could be, and that's one of the objections that sometimes people have to the simulation analysis. They're like, well, how do we know it's not infinite? So, well, because if it's a computer simulation, then it can't be infinite. Because there's not necessarily infinite computing power. So physicists love infinity, right? They like to say, oh, everything's just infinite. But computer scientists, as computer scientists, we hate infinity because we never have infinite resources. So
In this world that we know.
in this world. So as we know of computers, what we end up doing is we end up using limiting resources. And so sometimes the best way to talk about this stuff is to talk about science fiction.
Okay.
We talk about the Matrix, but the Matrix was released in 1999. This year is the 25th anniversary of the Matrix. But there was another simulation movie released in 1999.
What was that?
There were 2 others, but the one that I'm thinking of is called The 13th Floor. Did you ever see that?
No, I have not.
It's worth bringing up.
Yeah, who was in there?
I don't even remember the names of the actors or actresses.
That's not
None of them were. Well, none of them were like famous. Became famous. And what happened was it was released, I think, a month after The Matrix, or 2 months, and it kind of got swallowed. Here, you can bring it up.
13th Floor. Yeah, Craig Berko. Oh, Gretchen Hall, I know her.
Okay, there you go. So there's at least one person in there. Yeah. And so the idea was, it set in
Vincent D'Onofrio, was that? Okay, there's some people. Go ahead.
So set in 1999, and what happens is they create a simulation of Los Angeles, which is where it's based, in like 1937 or 47, a little while in the past. And it's a very realistic simulation. And the main character, Douglas Hall, he goes in and he starts meeting these people in the simulation, and normally they're just living their lives, kind of like NPCs. But then he goes in as a player and takes over one of them, and who looks just like him. So we have the same thing as the Matrix.
What do you mean he takes him over?
Meaning he becomes the player and starts controlling.
Okay, from the outside.
From the outside.
Bored
Whereas
away.
before it was just an NPC player. And so now he has all the memories that he has from outside the simulation. Now, what happens, and I'll give away the ending here because, it's a
Spoiler alert.
25-year-old movie. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to know what happens, pause now.
Go ahead.
So basically what happens is he does this in the world of 1937. There's a side story about a character from there who pops out. There's a whole interesting story about him pop out to 1999. But then there's this woman that appears in 99 that's the daughter of the guy who helped him, who was his boss, who got murdered. So it's like a film noir / sci-fi movie. And turns out he sees the woman again, and she doesn't remember him. She's just a clerk in a grocery store, and he doesn't know what's going on. And then suddenly, the woman appears back like she was, and it turns out she is from the world outside of 1999. Okay, so the world of 1999 is a simulation, and within it they created a simulation of 1937.
Okay, I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, I think you're getting to the tributaries of time example that's very similar to what Michikaku talked about.
Similar, but I'm doing more nested simulations at the moment, which is
More nested
yeah,
simulations.
like what you were just asking about. Is it an infinite number of simulations on the way up? So let me finish this,
Please.
then we can talk more about that. So, the 1999 is a simulation, and she's from the year 2024, this year, 25 years in the future. And they created the simulation of 1999 as what's called, sometimes an ancestor simulation, is Nick Bostrom's term for it.
Yeah.
And we can talk more about Bostrom's
Oh
theory.
yeah, super intel. I read that in 2019. That blew my mind forever.
Yeah, but so she says to him, we have to shut you down. We're shutting down your simulation. And he's like, why? He goes, well, we created thousands of simulations, so there are more parallel simulations, but thousands of them. But you're the only one that created a nested simulation inside your simulation. And so you're using too much computing power. And I don't remember all the details of the plot here, but the basic idea was they had to shut it down. So just because there's a simulation outside of this one and there might be one more, doesn't mean that there isn't a place where it stops, right? And just in the same way that, you know, people who
crazy.
create,
Fast plays. Should do that down. Killed that. Yeah, that. Oh.
Nothing. You'll see it thrown around on social media. Pretty much anyone who throws it around with, you know, unless you know the capacity of a person, the talking points, they're just throwing around that particular word, or even throwing around all places that much. It's just utter bullshit of understanding nothing about how any of this works. Now, obviously, there's a meta component in the shadow. There's the whole sonic narrative, the whole commentary, redemption arc, and prices that go up quick tend to not stay up. They tend to be cyclical. You know how many folks are in profit? Folks waiting for like their 2-week vesting, and they. But this is interesting to say the least. There's a bunch of takeaways. Hype and exuberance are things that I don't consider. So what I take this as, a particular chart, is that there's something significant to Sonic, meaningfully significant to Sonic. History considered, phantom precedents, Andre development capacity. Everything is overshadowed by that stigma that a lot of Andre's projects didn't work out so well in a production environment. But yet again, that wasn't the appropriate takeaway. Now investing in tested product, what is the expectation? But time and time again, Andre's tech has proven to be game changing. Yours, Bird, Phantom, Solid. All of these systems are like base layer infrastructure, financial markets. Something he is a key contributor to all the financial activity has and is occurring in these crypto markets. So clearly we're in relatively exuberant territory. You know, this is the hourly chart. Not daily gambling like this. That's 300% of the day. 3 days, 300% in 3 days. Now bear in mind, there's a lot of points to consider. Foremost, acquisition, liquidation, significance of this asset in the context of capital management. It has a technological significance in the context of Sonic. It's where all the financial activities are occurring, and that tends to carry weight and momentum. Once something is known as a destination for activity / behavior, it tends to remain that destination. So even if, like Andre has been mentioning, he wants to launch something, he wants to take out the does get disrupted, it requires a meaningful event. It requires, it's very difficult, if not historically unreasonable, to expect a disrupt an ongoing disruption. It's very rare, which is when we talk about like this one. That type of thing is very rare.
Housewarming party has arrived.
So even in the context of Andre's talking points of introducing some more meaningful tech,
I thrive in the
that's just not the way humans work. I think that's a good point to make. And saying anything about this topic, yeah, Aaron says, I think he's on good terms with Kingdom. I have no idea. It's just that, see, as a third party, we must realize that it's irrelevant. We can only conjecture with meaning in regards to anything and everything. So, it's relevant. What's pertinent is that
I trade
Sonic is live, it has a fair amount of dollars, and people are transferring capital to it, and engaging in financial transactions, and it has Stargate, and Crosscode, A1, so there's great bridging technology that facilitating seamless liquidity transfer. And this is the destination for financial transactions on Sonic, as is a open, shut type conversation that was about it. Clearly seeing that play out. Momentum continues, loads build, wittiness builds, and right now Sonic is dominated by Shadow, which is pretty cool from a Kingdom perspective. Because obviously the Kingdom folks all got an airdrop of Shadow, and it wasn't small, so that was nice. So there's probably other questions like, did I buy this? No, you don't buy something like this. You don't buy a token that's up 300% in 3 days. That's crazy. That's called malinvestment. That's called chasing. Greed. So obviously a lot of my talking points centered around the idea of having gotten considerations, including do I take a 50% haircut and liquidate? What is my response to that? Is completely contrary to my capital management philosophy. Grateful to have exposure to it because of Ramsey's exposure. So it will be productive to whatever extent it is productive. It will be valued whatever it's valued. And my mind is what's Sonic? Where's Sonic heading? Where's Sonic heading into 2030? And that's a pretty interesting thing to consider, considering strength and momentum and innovative capacity of Andre. So that's promising. I like thinking those things. So this is when something owned, not a good thing to be sold. For me, as I define it, that you must think your own definitions, you must chart your own path, you must know who you are, you must set reasonable expectations. Jesus Christ, look at this goddamn chart. Holy shit. I mean, seriously, the airdrop is worth over 10x the position size in Ramsey. Got X of Shadow, and that is up 10x in value. So that's cool. The revenue's pretty good. Voting close. Stay tuned. vote I don't even sort vote API anymore. When I wanted rewards, it's relatively large position size, so there's $314,000 worth of rewards, shadow, that's cool. That was interesting to see the most rewards are for shadow. What kind of votes are in? 190,000. 50% of votes are in. 1.3 mil. So this is interesting. We'll see how this balances out over time, because obviously these salary exchanges are disinflationary. So, but it'll take some time for the epoch emissions to be less than the vote rewards. But that is pretty much a destination. Even Ramsey's had that. I probably still need right now to check, but that's not what we're talking about at the moment. So if I opt for like a Sonic USB-C, so I don't expect that kind of voting rewards. That's just gross. Let's say it gets cut in half. We're at about 50% of total votes. That's still pretty insane given it was a free position. So I'm kind of over the top ecstatic that this is an addition to the portfolio. Something to be happy about, because we did our due diligence. We had our exposure to Kingdom. We have our exposure to Village of America. We have our exposure. We built all this exposure based on all these talking points we've discussed over the years. This is literally just the result of the conversations that we've had over the years, what we constructed about the portfolio. It's not a coincidence. This is a direct repercussion of the talking points we considered and how we've chosen to build our portfolio. Voodoo, hello, sirs. Era, morning, Sana, so listening. 37K TDL. This is a nice little airdrop. 3,000. Let's see what. If this thing launches at $1. Oh, we've started. It only has 37 TDL. I will look into this later, but I help them there. If this starts at $1, I'm just gonna be like, what am I what's going on? That'd just be gross. Fugu facts, much pleasure. Joel in the house, good morning, Cap. Solana dried up and folks can migrate, left part of the equation. That's what Arrow and I were talking about last night. Go over to stage about PGL. Go over to Solana. Shit, $1 billion has been drained out of Solana week over week. All the meme coins people have capitalized, they're all obviously completely decimated. Okay, so all the money that was taken, stolen, taken, is flowing off because all that capital was extracted from people, and now it's going to other places, and it went into other economic systems, flows, which is called the monetary velocity. And where's it going to flow to? It's going to flow to the crypto space. EVM change, or non-EVM change for that matter. But Ethereum made that clearly. Let's see what the positives on the environment today. All right. Plus $640 million week over week. Base is completely flat, zero-sum environment. $3.4 billion for the thing. Flat finally. Finally starting to find bottom, maybe. Basically a zero-sum environment. Same thing here, zero-sum environment. Avalanche, marginally negative sum. Optimism. Oh, goodness gracious. And no info on Avera. Let's see what data we have on Sonic so far. Well, okay. Microscopic market. Plus 30% for the week is a monumental change in currency supply.
Yeah, this has to be the worst
When you see
straw
that on Maine, you
ever.
get like a $30 billion inflow week over week on mainnet, and things are gonna get gross. But that's exactly what you're seeing
I
here.
drew
You have
all
a
these
double-digit
cards,
percentage
didn't get
change in the currency
one.
supply in the market in a week. Things get disgusting. This is the same talking point with regard to nation states, and you know, you're increasing the currency supply, and then you get inflation. That's exactly what's going on here. By definition, this is all consumer price inflation.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. There's no way.
No if, ands, or buts about it. The other day is about it. Alright,
That's crazy.
flat, microscopic, just like Sonic. Take a look at that.
How they gonna do me like that for this? Wow. Draw all time.
Significantly more TBL. Wagner putting in significantly more volume to TBL, which is an important takeaway. $184 million of financial activity a week, with a fraction of that total, 50% less total currency in the entire market, which is pretty interesting. $48 million worth of financial activity this week. This is a microscopic single day financial activity.
Okay.
Basis coming out of Bill 750 million arbitrage.
I can get this out of my hand. Quick. That was bad.
So incredibly microscopic. Take a look at that. Dollar Joe's still 300% more volume compared to Uniswap. That's remarkable to see. Base, Arizona still on top by a same 300+% difference in volume. Arizona and Belgium have dominated the Uniswap landscape. That
For
is
what?
one of the rare instances where an ongoing disruption is disruptive. Absolutely remarkable to see in the financial world, anything, technology for that matter. Could you explain your opinion on the soft merger of Venus Protocol and Payna? 30% of the ETH will go to Venus, and also percent of the emissions. I don't know. It's cool. My perspective is afforded by
Two cards. Just need 2
the fact
cards.
that I have exposure to Payna. We'll see what the two of them can come up with together. How that integrated with ESC and what Finance has said on planned upgrades. There's a lot of things. I mean, Finance Smart Chain is basically currently inferior to at least the Ethereum L2s. Expensive and slow comparatively. So, alright. But last year, I thought exposure to BSC. I was thinking in terms of exposure, and that's where my mindset was for a good part of 2024. And we opted for exposure. I opted for exposure to BSC. Linnea, Mantle, skipped over a lot of the other.
I should have hit that other one too. That was stupid.
Fraction, but that was just taking cake because it's historic fraction exposure.
Bruh.
That's not even an exposure to base.
I
Spectrum.
got all this damn money, bro.
Exposure to base, but I opted to not have exposure to Spectrum, considering just perfect alignment.
All them things over.
Just wasn't necessary.
Oh, I ain't getting nothing.
In any case, base is completely lackluster. It's completely flat. So there's nothing too interesting about base at all from a financial activity standpoint. And clearly, this thing is literally imploding in on itself. A 10% reduction.
Why ain't this man playing nothing?
Supply week over week, and a 20% collapse in financial activity week over week. Solana is not a place that's going to be nice to speculation, then they stop and reverse. Solana is a market where people are going to be looking for exit liquidity to get back any capital they have remaining at this point, considering everything that went down with the influence. And they're gonna do what with it? Get whatever capital they can, and they're gonna get the fuck out of town. 20% week over week is, I guess by definition, of an economic recession. It's not depression. You see a stock market collapse before depression. But a 20% collapse in financial activity is a catastrophe from a financial market standpoint. You know, you see 20% reduction in GDP in the US. That's a catastrophe. So it just so happens in the crypto space, we literally see financial booms and busts on a week-over-week basis. Plus 30% financial activity on Sonic, minus 20% on Solana. You got a boom, exploding economy. And here you have literally a cascading, collapsing economy.
You gotta kill
Not
that.
only expatriation capital, but also in internal financial activity. Made that 10% recession of sorts. Space, 20% recession. Notice how I'm using these traditional financial terminology so you get a better sense of what's going on.
None of that.
Recession, ladies and gentlemen, 3%. All right. You got a little bit of economic weakness.
Oh,
This is interesting considering
ooh-wee.
the significant capital outflow out of optimistic
Boy,
thinking.
you got one mana.
So you might have capital outflow, but you still have relatively sustained economic activity. China's
Get your ass up.
in the context of a 10% reduction in the stable supply. That's an interesting takeaway. How does that settle?
Get your ass up too.
No wonder. Goddamn. So you see, this data means everything. Certainly from a forward-looking perspective on what
Is this motherfucker got a thunderbolt? He gonna have to show me. He gonna have to show me.
And a 50% increase in financial activity. You are in. Which is what most talk about.
Oh,
This is an economic
yeah.
cycle. Not meltdown.
That is good. That is good. That is good. He gonna have to show me.
How these markets work.
I ain't trying to have that. Let's go to the Thunderdome.
Let me check 70% portfolio. Something like that, right? Right? It's insane with that. But I'm not surprised. I'm looking forward to the rebrand of Tapioca in February. You know, obviously the history of the protocol is plagued with delays, and obviously the complexity that we experience. But at some point, something will happen. I think that is a reasonable expectation. Notice how I always talk about things in terms of
Keep
reasonable or not. I think it's a reasonable expectation. I have no expectation with regards to pricing, which comes with the protocol. I have a reasonable expectation that it will fall. Timeline. Frankly, I still have a reasonable expectation that
Pull
the
this
rest
trigger.
is going to fall. And I think
Oh wow, that's a setup.
expectation.
That's a setup right
That's what
there.
matters. As long as your expectations are reasonable, you're not setting yourself up for disappointment. That's the point.
Ooh.
Sustainable capital management.
Oh, you got
Set
killed
yourself
that.
up for disappointment. Set
Okay.
yourself up to experience what is likely reasonable. With the book. Modern life, much as modern advice on a good friend. Well, this is a place for a different perspective on how to engage in the most insane financial markets on the planet. And
Oh,
certainly in a
Mail
typical
me.
discussion of
Oh, you about to mail me. I got everything I need in my hand though for him.
chart data.
see what's the best
saying
way
in
to go about
advance that
this.
the market looks lovely. We'll get to it in a second. The advisor, good morning, my friend. How are you?
Smack.
Sarah, can you please talk about Microsoft protocol? I don't know much about it, but I obviously high level concept of the permanent loss and curative degree. That was old school banking concept. Years ago, since 2021 conversation. But anyone who's going to come up with something potentially interesting, innovative, yeah, that's cool. And there's only one takeaway to have, one protocol. That currently, everything is additive. Everything is cumulative. Everything in crypto is
How much of that? Oh shit, that's about to suck. Oh yeah, I got 2 turns. Give me what I need.
So those are that's simplest takeaway that I could possibly have prior to long term. Now this will bring us over to trading view. That is a lovely question. And please feel welcome to join anytime you want. And I wish there was more questions like this. Please, if you're on X or on YouTube,
He is
ask
about to
questions.
nail dog shit out of me. I just need 1 minute. I can get 1 minute.
So, the market hasn't even started. There has been no.
That's why you gotta do a 1 drop. But he gonna do that. How many you need to exhaust? 2.
As a result, Charlie, not because we
Yeah, this guy, he won. He won this.
So the crypto bull market, as I define it, is red guppies.
Alright.
These are red guppies. Guppies are moving averages. Moving averages are basically averages of price over a period of time. Now, obviously, depending on what period of time you're looking at, you get different average prices.
Damn, that meal was good.
Green. The time-weighted average price is whatever, teal. The 200 in red. Back here is the 50. This one that I'm pointing to is the bluish color. And then if you could see through, I can turn off the guppies. You can see the 10. 10 is this green line here. So these are all different duration moving averages. But when you turn on the guppies, you get basically a range of moving averages. These moving averages tend to trend.
I know you about to exhaust the video. This is, how many this is? 27. Yeah, you do the exhaust, that's over. Resolve.
You need to see red guppies, pronounced dollar depreciation. Why do we look for the red guppies in terms of the dollar for the crypto bull market? Because this is literally a period of when crypto went absolutely powerful. It went back in 16 and 17. A period of significant dollar depreciation. Now it obviously starts at the top and it gets completely ferocious. The red guppies trend lower and lower because the market is expecting continuation of the trend until capitulation. So our episode here, 2016, 2017, early Q1 2018, is your bull market from then, and here's 2020 and 2021. And here's your double top of Bitcoin. Clear as day from a dollar valuation perspective. Here's your repricing of Bitcoin from 16,000. Obviously back in 22, Q4 22, Bitcoin bottomed around 22,000. This is your repricing of Bitcoin back to what, 40,000? And then 40,000 led into ETF launch, 47,000 around ETF launch.
Yo,
And here's your two
whenever you see that, you don't let nothing live.
in the crypto markets.
You don't let nothing live, boy.
Back at the beginning of 2024, we had an episode of airdrop season, Cosmos Celestia and whatnot.
Don't let nothing live.
So much hype about
Don't block it.
airdrops on Cosmos Hubs. And then obviously
Care
in
about
summer
that
of 2024, Solana was on fire. The antithesis of
True
what we're
blocking.
seeing now with Solana. I think we think so those are primarily your 2 episodes in 2024 of quote-unquote
I ain't had to give up a character.
Then
I
obviously
was
towards
just
the end of
really.
2024, November, towards the election, we had the repricing
Oh, that car away.
essentially what we're calling utility, which is basically what I define as
Oh, wow.
business
I remember about that.
enterprise, subscription markets. So the protocol is to actually have valid accounts flow and dividend information. And investors, real investors, not gamblers, speculators,
Oh,
they
shit.
actually
Oh, my God.
can define the word because buying meme coins, buying a token, I would argue, that buying a token, selling it later is an investment. And maybe it is legally, but big boys.
Got a sweeper, guys.
More so than like what's up the type. So the point is that an investment is really a rich investment narrative, a rich thesis behind
Good. You must be hitting hard.
how long will you own it? Will you liquidate it?
You ain't hitting that hard.
I really take that a step further because I'm an extremist, obviously. And I don't want to buy and sell. I want to own. I want to cash flow. So like in traditional terms, I'm a dividend investor. So that's my core. That's the core of my investment thesis.
Yeah.
That's why we've talked over the years in terms of X, Y, Z, how much does it cost, how much does it pay.
Why are you closing the door on my face?
Oh, let me turn the mic off.
So frankly,
Are you playing streaming?
two sets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Back on markets.
Lost
At
you.
some point this year, with $10 billion
Oh, why?
sure this is actually liquidity.
Oh, happy for you.
Refinance. Those plays into some of the posts that we posted on X dealing with forward-looking liquidity conditions like PD drawdown.
Oh, we definitely might get into that.
And we'll see how much it rolls over.
This is crazy. I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna do that.
Also,
I shouldn't, but I am.
we're heading into the most interesting period. DXY looking like it's top. And you notice just the red circles. The red circles are more very easy to overlook without a holistic, very zoomed out perspective on this entire chart. But this green line dates back to 1970. But suffice it to say it does. So this is an invalidation. It broke above, didn't validate it. Did not reach above, rejected. Didn't even get close to reaching above, rejected. Broke above, significantly less pronounced than the episode of 2022. Rejected. So the time scale, we are expecting something in terms of years. We're not expecting what's going on this week. Not shit what's going on this week. I care about real stuff this week in the context of the last year. So this brief of
I thought you weren't gonna take one.
concept.
Thought you weren't gonna take one. Thought you weren't gonna. Oh, you didn't think you was gonna take one.
It looks like
Oh,
it's
he's
going to reject. And that is
He's a
confluence
coach.
along with the decrease in bond market volatility, where
Now
the
you got that.
indicator
Now you got that.
also
Now you
looks
got
like
the hitters.
exactly. That means of the volatility indicator. But once we start to get below this green line, which is the historic probably median line of volatility,
You're gonna have a whole lot of that.
tends to set the trend. If bond market volatility collapse, and that facilitates the global lobby health factor, and that increases the capacity of the system to print out our abilities, which will roll the dollar. Dollar rolls over.
Killing
shadow at 133, up 100% per day the last 3 days, and it just keeps going for weeks and weeks to the point where people are like, okay, it's never stopping. You know, but by the time you're done after 6 months, the thing's up like 8,000% or something. That is no more because capital's going in, the markets, investments are monetizing in these crypto markets. Folks really need to remember, potential for this, people call it bull market, it's not a bull market, red guppies or BO1, is significantly more pronounced from an investment standpoint as compared to 2021. There was no investment in 2020. But now there's an entire investment grade landscape for the fintech.
He in there with that. He got that claw. That man.
Debt obligations, resource obligations, literally just have revenue and deviation of cash flow of owners. Really makes dividend stocks like reach at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10.
Yeah.
15% seems kind of silly in comparison to even consider.
Fuck you,
I mean, that's literally going up. Watch it. I don't think I'm just flabbergasted by this. I look forward to. I mean, this is just. What the hell is that, ladies and gentlemen? What the heck? I mean, me and Arrow right now. Are like, what the hell is going on right now? This is like. On fire.
We have Blue.
3% for some 3 days.
What's up, man?
And then you go over to the votes and the amount of rewards that is in response to financial activity. So it's just. But this is returns where you're getting. Where you're you can't even put it into returns. It's just gross in comparison. It's,
White.
But it has REIT components because it's mutable. This is more mutable than a lot of other protocols. You know, this is soft immutable. Kind of pushing the entire kingdom has put its protocols in, but it still has degrees of immutable. Like once it's deployed, yeah, they can change it, but it doesn't change until they change it. So I talk about this a lot of my legal documents. What is truly immutable, like with B2 or a curve or stuff that fractional. Have the ability or applicant versus stuff that has an increased risk profile because it increases the ability. There's risk considerations involved in that. You know, this having a track record on quite impressive decisions. Hope that helps, Money Life. Much pleasure. The advisor, sir, when you think about the new yield banking project by Mitch, I mentioned it a little bit earlier. I'm just very brief on it. If anything, that's heading down the line of Forex. Currency pairs are going to have different valuations. You want to mitigate permanent loss on them. So, basis for like currency. So if you want to do a token, which gives the opportunity to do incentive systems. You got to remember the current incentive system was built in 2020. It was literally the first voter escrow system. By definition, it's of equivalent, innovative scale and scope. Logically, one of the original pillars of what's become crypto fintech. So I'm quite curious to see what comes of it. This is probably just an equivalent that I'm looking forward to see what comes of DeFi.money, what they're working on. It all fits together, and I don't like to conjecture, I don't like to speculate. What I know is it'll be tightly interwoven with self-regulation, and that means it's additive, it's ancillary.
What's up?
It's interwoven, so
You're outside.
that's all that matters.
Alright. Take us out after this game.
It's of currency supply, deflation of currency supply, redistribution of currency supply. It's very interesting when Scott Bessel, every talks, that's old school, like Jackson, that conversation. I'm not too interested in Jerome Powell. That doesn't really mean anything. It is interesting when they say liquidity conditions, because the RRP is their product. So, like reserve health. Well, that is a major consideration. The RRP finally drains. Right. And that's all this year, though. The whole point is the RRP is going to drain, and they're going to have to figure out what to do with the bank reserve. And is the Fed going to participate in liquidity conditions to the same degree that they historically did? Or is Treasury going to take a more front and center role, which is like the case, as the other did, because the yield curve towards the short end. And then you got the administrative policy. These answers all too well into how we used to talk to Jerome Powell.
Pixie shit.
Talk all about domestic manufacturing. Want to do any of that, you got to get the dollar down. I mean, double digits down, 80, 70. So, all of this is confidence for 2025. So it's fun year. Very, very interesting year. It's right side of the equation. You got to number these streams, right? Find them like this one. Well, we've been doing this 4 years at this point. This gotta be
expert pixie shit. I fix it up.
Someone do that tally.
Sit back down.
But the whole point is, old ones, but once you come up with a thought and an idea of what you move forward, not supposed to move back. Want those questions to be asked during the stream. If you have thoughts and questions, ask them here. Talk about other people have these thoughts and questions. The more I answer them, the better one I understand them, the better I can talk about them, the better everyone else can understand. So it just makes sense to think in terms of moving forward rather than back. But yeah, so I think folks here say they can run through the stream sometimes. Get to digest the shit we talk about. But that's all I got. Everyone, just as the title of the stream. What's the title of the stream today? You must come to your own conclusion. And you want something done right, that's the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
That was trash.
Absolutely insane era, absolutely insane. It's literally like encroaching on curb territory. That was what happened with tapioca laws. Also encroaching on curb territory. But that's part of the, it's going to get weird. You're going to see this or when the XY rolls over, you get back up, there's always something.
Pick up the big one, man.
All the time now, like oil companies, complete portfolio decomposition. The market takes value now. What is valued at right now is relevant. The market is going to take that. It's not the market is value. The market's in control. It's telling you makes me vomit.
I need a haster.
This is irrelevant. The numbers are irrelevant. I care about this little button. Click it, and then you go to dashboard. capital gains, that's a form of work, a form of financial work, really an expression of financialization of the economy, which is not healthy from a societal standpoint. But that's besides the point. The point is, it's productive, and we're taking and that's really where the start of this whole journey started.
It's the other nigga with the money.
Dividend investing in the crypto world and the mindset. This is all pizza shop analogy and buy a salary analogy. Buy a salary, work for a salary. Also buy a salary. Now sometimes that takes years. It'll be okay. But I haven't waited 5 years. I've been running since 2019. And I've been in crypto. That's 20. Yeah. I remember 2016. Killing it back in 2016. That's when ICOs were hot. It was the end of
Episode.
We had like 30 master nodes. Oh my god, things that we thought were.
You gotta go outside, man.
Funny if Bitcoin doesn't come out of that era. Bitcoin is not. Multiple master nodes back in the day have come out.
Okay, you chilling.
They're not. The amount of stables on their mainnet is monumental compared to anywhere else. The amount of stable coins, dollars, that's everything. That's financial market. The amount of stable coins on their mainnet. So that's is more dollars than exists. The total sum of all other markets. And that is just a capital. $40 billion. Whatever you want. $10 billion on the line. Crazy shit going on outside. How awesome things is because it's something going on. These markets are relatively just a quantitative statement. Do you think after the May at TV will be no idea, my friend. You know, damn. That, saying that anyone ever answers what I think is going to happen, I have no idea. But that's the whole point. Nobody has an idea. Anyone says otherwise is bullshit. It's irrelevant whether they do or they don't. What's pertinent is you pull up the data and you see what it's doing. It doesn't mean anything with regard to like dial explosion. Consistent with other movies of our business operation. We own it. It's what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. If you buy a position, whatever, spend $5 grand on a position, a nominal size, and it becomes nothing. Own it. You make that choice. We are nothing but our choices. Stand by your choices. Stand by. We're not working with it. We're doing it. It's easy to explain. economics, but it's an extension of who we are as humans. What we own defines who we are, because it's a manifestation of our only active concept of ownership is profound. Most certainly. Well, what do they always say? Working smarter, not harder. That's all really good. Minor choppy audio. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I got two headphones. But I go like, yeah, it's got to be what it's going to be. I'm not
6, 8, 9, 10,
necessarily going to get new headphones. I've had a couple of folks say that. I don't make any money with this channel. There's no money here. So I'm more than happy to continue. Yes or no, in my opinion, the thesis is valid. Okay. Well, this is a good answer. And this is, Jonathan Appleton is always, that's how you grow. Two components to your statement. If a thesis isn't validated, you do or don't have capacity to make a choice. You don't have the capacity to make a choice depending on your own personal rules. You do have the capacity, for the contrary, for say, liquidated validation, liquidated. And then you say wrong. So notice how we get into semantics here. That's maybe a takeaway from our legal work.
What's up, yo?
Wrong. Wrong and right, those are subjective terms. What is wrong or right? It's for everyone. So I would say, in my opinion as well, there's nothing wrong. It's telling you exactly what's validated. Just as long as it's consistent. Execute your rules like a machine. There's no emotion involved in capital time. Under this condition, do this. Under that condition, do that. Rinse, repeat. The more robust your rules are, the more you'll know exactly what to do under exactly what conditions. And that is under no anxiety. It's measuring your success in terms of how well you can follow your own rules. Follow your rules. And at the end of the day, like, how well did you do today? I did good. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. Number one rule, own more assets. I stand by that. Tell that to any kids. Own more assets. I agree with that. The whole conversation is what assets. And rule number two, no one to stop buying shit. Good rule. Very high level rule. At some point, cyclically stop buying shit because the nature of economics is cyclicality. Favorable conditions are favorable. That depends on a lot of factors, primarily, quote unquote, liquidity. Market starting to warm up, it must be percentage. Probably missed an opportunity to buy the cheapest price possible. So that's the overarching rule. One more asset at the time. Now, obviously, this leads into like 5 minutes out high type shit, but that's not the framing way off. Framing very different. And over time, hopefully that framing results in the expression of different perspectives. That's what folks need. Sure as hell don't need to compare and expand the way I speak regards to my capital drive used to always doing this wrong. Fuck no, that's the last thing I do. I want to be as hands off and critical as possible with revenue sheets are into details. Well, you and me both. I just want to own more assets. Seems so. The problem is the emotional component. And that whole addiction to total net worth is relevant. This person it is, can't you have a price? That tells you whether you go into Universal Studios or trip to some cruise line or some shit, or you're paying your mortgage or you're not. How much money did you make on Friday? Well, obviously, you're used to that from a working perspective. But if you can add to that by owning assets that also pay you on Friday, bought or pay me more money. Rinse, repeat. Or more action. Keep as much possible and pay you according to the rules of X, Y, and Z. Very simple process that works best. Have decades to do that. Good. But I can't turn back time. I'm in my 40s now. It's what it is. Sometimes you realize shit. You realize shit whenever you realize shit. You can't tell the kid what to do. They gotta figure their shit out for themselves. You know, the title of the stream, ladies and gentlemen, must come to your own conclusions. You must chart your own path. Wednesday, February 19th at 12:30 p.m. 161 people made it to the end of the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you, and you are now a little bit more open. It's only Wednesday. I'll see you again Friday. Don't worry. Keep your head up, swivel. You got anxiety under control. Don't worry. Step back. Sit down. Okay. Thanks, ladies.
Oh, look at that. So there really is antimatter.
It is real.
Okay.
It is real.
And what is it against? Why is it against matter so much?
Yeah, antimatter, once we came to understand the behavior of particles, then the fields in which they operate and they move,
Shelter
the
my
forces,
ghost will pull
and
it
if we took a step back and looked at them,
nowhere.
there was a prediction that it enabled. It said this allows there to be a particle, such as the electron, but moving backwards from Earth. And then you say, well, that's weird.
That is weird.
What does that mean? And so it took some smart heads to come to it and say, well, maybe it's not an ordinary particle moving backwards in the world. It is an extraordinary particle moving forward. Thus was born the concept of antimatter. So antimatter would be a particle where the quantum properties are the opposite of what they are for matter. Okay, so an antimatter, so what's the charge on an electron? Negative. The charge on the antimatter version would be positive. So rather than calling it an anti-electron, which you can, you're allowed to,
Right.
you're allowed to,
That
we
makes
came up with a
sense.
word for it.
What?
Positron.
A positron.
That's where you get positron.
Keeping it positive.
Keep it positive. So, what we learn is that if you take an antimatter and matter particle and you bring them together, they annihilate.
So,
What?
I'm weirded out by that because isn't there like conservation of energy?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no. Conservation of mass.
Mass energy. Right.
Yeah. Back in the day, conservation of mass, conservation of energy.
Right.
Einstein comes along and says, dude, that's one equation.
Right.
E equals.
MC squared.
You have E on one side, M on the other.
Right.
That's what's concerned. So, add up the masses of these two particles. You can look it up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Positron
You see
and
that
electron.
new
Add them
combo.
up, write down that number, stick it in equals MC squared, E comes out the
Delicious.
other side. If you convert all of that mass into energy, that's how much energy you're going to have
Okay.
coming out the other side.
That's cool, man.
That's cool.
That's really
And you know what C squared is?
the constant that is the speed of light.
Yeah, exactly. It's the speed of light squared.
Squared.
So, numerically, oh my gosh, you start off with a little bit of mass, you get a lot of energy at the end of it.
That's crazy.
Because you multiply by the speed of light squared. Okay?
From that tiny little bit of
Yes.
mass.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
Is that why nuclear?
Yes! Is that why they blow up the way they do? The point about matter antimatter is that it is pure. There is no matter left at the end of that exchange. at the end of that interaction.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Pure energy.
I wasn't even lying.
Whereas
That's
the
crazy.
bombs,
I was
they're
playing.
not even matter, antimatter.
Right.